After 60, so every step matters more. A small stumble that once left you with just a bruise could now mean weeks of recovery or even a fracture. What makes the difference? Strong bones. And the quiet mineral that protects them is calcium. Here's the surprising truth. Almost 70% of older adults aren't getting enough calcium each day. That gap slowly weakens bones, raises the risk of osteoporosis, and chips away at the independence we all want to keep. Most people think milk is the one and only answer. But here's the exciting part. Calcium is hiding in so many foods you might already enjoy, or could easily add to your plate. Leafy greens, crunchy nuts, even certain fish can pack more calcium than a glass of milk without upsetting your stomach. In this video, we'll uncover the best calcium-rich foods for seniors over 60. We'll go beyond dairy, explore plant-based heroes, discover seafood secrets, and finish with a simple action plan you can start today. No confusing nutrition charts, just real foods, explained simply, to help you stay strong, steady, and confident in every step you take. Because building stronger bones isn't about doing more, it's about eating smarter. And it all starts with knowing where to find calcium, naturally. When most people think about calcium, milk is the first thing that comes to mind. That association isn't just tradition, it's based on solid science. Dairy products remain among the most concentrated and reliable sources of calcium available, making them especially valuable for older adults whose bones require extra support after 60. A single cup of cow's milk provides about 300 milligrams of calcium, considering that seniors typically need around 200 milligrams daily. One glass already covers roughly a quarter of that requirement. Yogurt can be even more efficient. One serving of plain yogurt often contains 350 to 400 milligrams, and a small ounce of hard cheese, like Parmesan, delivers more than 300 milligrams. These familiar foods are convenient, nutrient-dense, and widely available. However, many seniors find dairy difficult to digest. Lactose intolerance becomes increasingly common with age, and the bloating or discomfort it causes can lead people to cut milk from their diet altogether. Fortunately, there are solutions. Lactose-free milk provides the same calcium as regular milk without the digestive upset. For those who prefer non-dairy choices, today's fortified plant-based milks such as soy, almond, and oat are excellent alternatives. Manufacturers enrich these beverages with calcium and vitamin D, making them comparable to dairy in terms of nutritional value. In fact, fortified soy milk often contains equal or greater calcium than cow's milk, and it has the added benefit of plant-based protein. The strength of dairy and fortified options lies in predictability. With supplements, absorption can vary depending on timing, dosage, and other dietary factors. But with foods like milk, yogurt, or fortified beverages, calcium is delivered alongside proteins, fats, and micronutrients that naturally enhance absorption. And because labels clearly state calcium content, it's easier to track your intake with confidence. Integrating these foods into a daily routine can be simple. A cup of milk or fortified soy milk with breakfast, a serving of yogurt as a midday snack, and a slice of cheese at dinner can collectively provide over half of the daily calcium requirement. These small, steady contributions build a reliable foundation for bone health. Beyond numbers, there's also practicality. Seniors often want options that are easy to prepare, easy to chew, and pleasant to eat. Dairy and fortified milks meet all of these needs. A smoothie blended with yogurt and fruit, a fortified oat milk latte, or a cheese and cracker snack are enjoyable ways to strengthen bones without feeling like you're following a restrictive diet. The takeaway is clear. Dairy and fortified alternatives remain cornerstone foods for maintaining bone density after 60 LP. Whether you choose traditional milk, lactose-free versions, or calcium-fortified plant milks, these options are proven, accessible, and effective. If you want a simple first step, start by making one consistent swap this week. Replace your usual coffee creamer with fortified soy milk, or add a small serving of yogurt to your afternoon routine. That single change provides a reliable boost of calcium, helps close the nutrition gap, and keeps your bones strong for the years ahead. Not all calcium has to come from dairy. In fact, some of the most powerful and easily absorbed sources are plants, foods that fit naturally into everyday meals, and offer additional health benefits beyond bone strength. For seniors who are lactose intolerant, vegetarian, or simply looking for variety, these plant-based heroes are essential. Let's start with leafy greens. Kale, bok choy, and collard greens are particularly rich in calcium. 1 cup of cooked kale contains about 180 milligrams, and bok choy offers nearly the same. Unlike spinach, which contains oxalates that block calcium absorption, these greens allow the body to absorb calcium efficiently. That means a serving of kale or bok choy with lunch or dinner doesn't just add fiber and antioxidants. It makes a meaningful contribution to daily calcium intake. Tofu is another standout. When prepared with calcium sulfate, which many brands use as a setting agent, tofu can provide anywhere from 250 to 800 milligrams of calcium per serving. That's as much or even more than a glass of milk. It's also versatile. Tofu can be stir-fried, blended into smoothies, or added to soups, giving seniors multiple ways to enjoy it without feeling repetitive. Nuts and seeds deserve attention too. Almonds, for example, contain about 75 milligrams of calcium per ounce, along with heart-healthy fats and protein. Sesame seeds, particularly in the form of tahini paste, are even richer. Just 2 tablespoons of tahini can deliver 130 milligrams of calcium, making it a powerful, flavorful addition to sauces and spreads. These foods don't just strengthen bones. They also support cardiovascular health, which is equally important after 60. Legumes, including beans and lentils, may not match dairy cup for cup in calcium content, but they contribute steadily to overall intake. A cup of cooked white beans provides about 160 milligrams, while chickpeas and lentils add a smaller but still valuable amounts. Combined with their protein and fiber content, legumes play a dual role in supporting both bone health and stable blood sugar. The strength of plant-based sources lies in diversity. Unlike a single glass of milk, which delivers a predictable amount, plants can be layered throughout the day. A kale salad at lunch, almonds as a snack, tofu in a stir-fry, and beans at dinner. Each portion may seem modest on its own, but together they add up quickly, often surpassing dairy in total calcium contribution. Equally important is their role in overall wellness. Plant foods supply magnesium, vitamin K, and phytonutrients, all of which help regulate calcium use in the body. In other words, they don't just provide calcium, they create the right environment for bones to retain it. For seniors seeking practical steps, the approach is straightforward. Add 1 leafy green to your lunch or dinner plate. Keep a small handful of almonds or walnuts ready as a mid-morning snack, and experiment with tofu or beans in 2 or 3 meals each week. These adjustments are easy to adopt, require little preparation, and carry benefits that extend far beyond bone health. The message is simple. Plant-based foods aren't just side dishes. They are calcium powerhouses. When included consistently, they can rival or even exceed traditional dairy sources in building stronger, more resilient bones after 60. When thinking about calcium, seafood isn't always the first category that comes to mind. Yet certain fish and shellfish are among the most concentrated natural sources available, offering calcium in a highly absorbable form, along with the bonus of heart-healthy omega-3 fats and high-quality protein. For seniors, this combination supports not just bone strength, but also cardiovascular and muscle health, 2 critical pillars of aging well. One of the true champions here is the humble sardine. Just 3 ounces of sardines with bones provide more than 325 milligrams of calcium, comparable to a glass of milk. Because the bones are soft and edible, they deliver calcium in a form the body can use easily. Sardines are also packed with vitamin D, which plays a vital role in helping the body absorb and retain calcium. Together, calcium and vitamin D form a natural partnership that makes sardines one of the most efficient foods for bone health. Canned salmon with bones is another overlooked powerhouse. A 3-ounce serving typically contains 180 to 200 milligrams of calcium. Like sardines, it provides vitamin D and protein, both essential for bone metabolism. Many people are hesitant about eating the tiny bones, but when canned, they are soft and blend seamlessly into the texture of the fish. Mashed into salmon salad or mixed into pasta, they are hardly noticeable, but make a significant difference to calcium intake. Shrimp, while not as calcium-dense as sardines or salmon, still adds value. A 3-ounce serving provides about 125 milligrams, and shrimp brings additional benefits: low saturated fat, high protein, and key trace minerals such as selenium and iodine. These nutrients support thyroid health and energy metabolism, helping seniors maintain overall vitality. The advantage of seafood sources lies in their dual function. While supplying calcium, they also contribute omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce inflammation, protect heart health, and may even improve cognitive function. This 2-for-1 benefit is particularly important after 60, when bone, brain, and heart health are closely interconnected. For those concerned about preparation, seafood is surprisingly versatile. Sardines can be enjoyed on whole grain crackers or tossed into salads. Canned salmon makes excellent patties or sandwich fillings. Shrimp can be quickly sautéed with vegetables for a balanced meal in under 10 minutes. These options are simple, affordable, and accessible in most supermarkets. Practical integration can be as straightforward as planning 2 seafood meals per week. 1 serving of sardines on toast for lunch, and 1 dinner using canned salmon can add nearly 500 milligrams of calcium to your weekly diet without relying on dairy or supplements. Consistency, rather than quantity in a single meal, is what truly builds stronger bones. The takeaway is clear: seafood should not be overlooked when building a calcium-rich diet for seniors. With their combination of calcium, vitamin D, omega-3s, and protein, sardines, salmon with bones, and shrimp stand out as nutrient-dense, senior-friendly options. Adding them regularly doesn't just strengthen bones, it supports the whole foundation of healthy aging. We've now looked at 3 major food groups: dairy and fortified options, powerful plant-based sources, and seafood rich in both calcium and omega-3s. Together, they form a strong foundation for healthier bones after 60 sheets. If you're finding this helpful so far, take a moment to tap the like button. It lets us know this kind of content is valuable for you. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these calcium sources do you enjoy the most? Or which one are you curious to try? Your experiences and questions help shape our future videos. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to Senior Wellness so you'll never miss the next step-by-step guide to stronger bones, better balance, and healthier aging. Now, let's bring everything together with a simple action plan you can start using this week. At this point, we've explored where calcium comes from, but knowing is only half the story. The real benefit comes from building a daily and weekly routine that makes calcium intake automatic without complicated tracking or expensive supplements. Step 1. Anchor calcium at breakfast. Start the day with a serving of dairy or fortified plant milk. This could be a cup of yogurt topped with fruit, or simply coffee made with fortified soy or almond milk. That first 300 milligrams sets a solid foundation before the day even begins. Step 2. Add a plant-based boost at lunch. A salad with kale, bok choy, or collard greens provides another 150 to 200 milligrams of calcium, along with antioxidants and fiber. Pairing those greens with beans or tofu adds protein, while tofu prepared with calcium sulfate can contribute up to 400 milligrams in a single portion. This combination not only strengthens bones, but also stabilizes blood sugar and supports muscle health. Step 3. Incorporate seafood twice a week. Planning for sardines, canned salmon with bones, or shrimp at dinner ensures an extra 200 to 300 milligrams of calcium while also delivering omega-3 fats and vitamin D. These nutrients work together to improve absorption and reduce inflammation, protecting both bones and heart health. Step 4. Snack smartly. Instead of processed snacks, keep almonds or sesame-based spreads on hand. An ounce of almonds or 2 tablespoons of tahini each contribute over 100 milligrams of calcium. These snacks are easy to prepare, senior-friendly, and add steady reinforcement between meals. Step 5. Don't forget vitamin D. Calcium cannot do its job without vitamin D, which helps the body absorb and lock calcium into bone tissue. Safe sunlight exposure, fortified foods, and, if advised by a healthcare professional, low-dose supplements are all ways to ensure vitamin D levels remain adequate. By layering these steps, you can easily reach the recommended 200 milligrams of calcium per day without relying on a single food source. More importantly, this approach spreads calcium intake across the entire day, which is better for absorption and bone health than consuming it all at once. The action plan is simple. 1 serving of fortified dairy or plant milk at breakfast, leafy greens and beans at lunch, calcium-rich seafood twice a week, and smart snacking with nuts or seeds. Consistency in these small choices leads to stronger bones, improved balance, and the freedom to stay active and independent well beyond 60 Pshi. Myth 1. Milk is the only way to get enough calcium. This is a common misconception. While milk is a reliable source, it's far from the only one. Leafy greens, fortified plant milks, tofu, nuts, and small fish with bones all provide substantial amounts of calcium. A well-balanced diet can meet daily needs even without traditional dairy. Myth 2. Supplements can fully replace food sources. Supplements can help fill gaps, but they don't deliver the full package that food does. Calcium from food comes with proteins, fats, and micronutrients that aid absorption and overall health. Supplements should only be considered if diet alone is insufficient, and ideally under the guidance of a healthcare professional. Myth 3. You can't get too much calcium. Excessive calcium, especially from high-dose supplements, can cause kidney stones or interfere with the absorption of other minerals. For most seniors, aiming for about 200 milligrams daily from a variety of foods is the safest approach. Balance matters more than mega doses. The truth is simple. Calcium works best when it comes from diverse, real foods, supported by vitamin D and overall healthy habits. With the right knowledge, myths no longer get in the way of stronger bones and confident aging. We've covered a lot together. Strong bones after 60 don't depend on one magic food. They come from steady, balanced choices. Dairy and fortified milks provide predictable calcium. Plant-based heroes like kale, tofu, and almonds add variety and extra nutrients. And seafood such as sardines and salmon with bones bring the unique combination of calcium, vitamin D, and omega-3s. When you layer these foods across the day, reaching the recommended 200 milligrams of calcium becomes realistic and sustainable. Just a serving at breakfast, a plant-based boost at lunch, a smart snack, and seafood twice a week can protect your bones, support your heart, and give you the confidence to stay active and independent well into your 70s and beyond. Remember, small, consistent steps matter more than big, occasional efforts. Every meal is a chance to strengthen your bones. If you found this video useful, please tap like, subscribe to Senior Wellness, and share your biggest takeaway in the comments. What food will you add? First dairy, greens, or seafood? Your feedback not only helps us, but it inspires others in this community who are on the same journey. Stay strong, stay steady, and we'll see you in the next video.